Here's and talk about the weather. Meteorologist Ron Smiley has been tracking the hot temperatures, and it's not just hot, Ron, it's gotten much more humid as we've gone through this, right?
Yeah, it's the humidity that's putting us kind of, unfortunately, over the top. That's why we had this right here, the heat advisory that's been issued until 8 o'clock tonight, because we've seen these temperatures. 94, we hit 94, I believe it was on Tuesday, already this week. So it's the humidity right now that's really kind of the sticking point and putting us over the top with just kind of some miserable conditions as you're heading out the door. And unfortunately, even for people that might have just a light AC or no working AC, it's really going to be hot and humid for them, and there's little way of relief from kind of cooling off unless you're going to take a shower or something like that. So important on a day like today. Hey, here's a look at current temperatures. I mean, it's just noon. We still have about 4 hours of warming to go before we start to see the sun angle starting to decrease, and it's already 88 degrees in Pittsburgh, and that was at the top of the hour. It's probably 89, maybe even 90 degrees actually out there right now. Remember, these temperatures you're seeing here, they only update once an hour. Hey, the Greensburg area is already showing 90 degrees out there, 89 in Butler, the Wheeling area at 88 degrees. Earlier, I also showed you what we call that feels like temperature. Generally, I don't show that a lot, but that's the reason why it's going to be possible to hit the triple-digit mark today. That's the reason why we have the heat advisory in place. So for today, 94 is your expected actual high temperature. But once again, as you go over, and we'll show you the feels like forecast. I'm just not going to show you all those temperatures. It can be a little misleading when you see it on a map. But here's what the feels like forecast is for the day. This is the heat index that we're looking at. And you can see a couple of hours where we're at least flirting with 100 degrees, generally between about 3, 4 o'clock through about 7 or 8 o'clock is when the hottest of this weather is really going to be felt. Hey, today will be the 7th day in a row that we've hit the 90-degree mark. I mean, we're just 2 degrees off of that with several hours of heating to go. The longest stretch, at least right now, since 2012. But as we hit 90 degrees today, it'll be the longest stretch that we have seen since 1995. Radar, at least at this point, is looking dry. Maybe a couple of isolated showers trying to develop up around the northern Indiana area. That is about it at this point. We will see isolated showers in some areas later on today. Similar to yesterday, it looks like the Laurel Highlands has the best chance for seeing some of those storms breaking out this afternoon. But everyone will at least have a small chance for doing that. Hey, we're watching what could become Tropical Storm Faye later on today, the big spin off of the Carolina coastline. If you're heading off to the East Coast, just note that a lot of rain, some gusty wind will be possible from Washington, D.C. up to New York, and that'll be as soon as tomorrow that'll be rolling through. Here's your 7-day, 94, your high temperature today. We're only putting in a 30% or isolated chance for rain today. We'll bump that up to a scattered chance for rain tomorrow, meaning that the coverage area will be more. Widespread rain expected on Saturday, and that should help to keep the temperatures down. In fact, I've lowered it down to 82 now for your high, 85 on Sunday, and then the heat returns as we're heading into next work week.